Good morning. Good morning. Jan Copeland, CEO of the Livy Bryn Success Boutique. How are you this morning? I'm so excited. We're all girls here, right? So, I know this doesn't look as good, maybe with a striped shirt, but I am wild about this necklace. This necklace is so freaking cool. Look, you can make it like however you want, and then it comes down. Oh, now it's all screwed up. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Anyway, how are you today? I love bringing you these mini training sessions every Friday at 10 a.m. And we went live in the Girls Guide to Outrageous Real Estate Success. And it's an amazing group over there, and we're going to be sharing this video over there. But I thought, you know what? Let's give this training to our fans, to our followers. And so that's why we moved it over to our corporate page. So welcome. If you're here, just give me a hello. I'm getting over a cold, and so if I sound a little funny, this live looks a little different here in the page than it did in the group. They're keeping track of I can see the time that I have. But anyway, all right. So enough of that. We're gonna get started. Hi, Margie. We are talking about how to become a listing queen. And I only have about, 20 minutes to share with you, but it always ends up being about 30. But ladies, this is gold. You may or may not know that I was top in my market, and I was top realtor making just under $1 million a year with my top team. And I loved life. I totally loved life, and I was a listing queen. I got the listings, my team got the listings, and so what I'm sharing with you is what worked, all right? What lead generation activities do you have planned for the day? So I'm going to give you a second. Think about that. What lead generation activity do you have planned today? And guess what? I'm going to move because it looks like I'm having some trouble with connectivity in my house. So let me drive a little bit and maybe get some better connectivity. Let's see what we can do here. Driving along in my neighborhood. All right, let's see how this works. This is hilarious. Okay, connection available. All right, I'm going to stay right here. Okay. So let's just continue here. What lead gen activity did you do yesterday? Okay, I want to know what you did yesterday. Write it down in the comments. How about what lead generation activities did you do? You say you need leads. However, what have you been doing? Lead gen is not pushy, and it's not icky. Okay? We have to change our perspective about what lead generation truly is, ladies. Okay? And that's what I'm hoping to do today. So I want to talk to you about Chick-fil-A. Okay? When Chick-fil-A started, KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, was already there for, I believe, 3 years. And they were doing very well. And they were the only chicken game in town. And so Truett Cathy, the originator of Chick-fil-A, could have said, you know what? I'm not going to even try to compete with KFC because they were doing fabulous. But that's not what Truett Cathy did. He said, yes, Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC exists. Yes, they're doing very well, but guess what? This is him talking. I have confidence in my brand. I have confidence in my chicken. And you know what? I'm going to do things a little differently. So, ladies, when you go into Chick-fil-A or go through the drive-thru, what's your experience like? And conversely, if you go to a KFC, drive through or go in. What's that experience like? I'm sorry, I had this cold. If you're like me, those experiences are very different. Ladies, we need to be different. We need to focus on our experience. And this is what I mean by that. What are my clients going to feel like when they're talking to me, when they're meeting with me? What are they going to feel like? What do you feel like when you go into Chick-fil-A and they say, "Thank you, ma'am, my pleasure," with a smile on their face? It makes you want to go back. And that is why, even though they are closed on Sunday, they bring in, 4.4 million per restaurant. Average sale per restaurant is 4.4 million with Chick-fil-A versus 1.2 million with KFC. That's a huge difference. Over 3 million more. Why? Because of the experience. So I'm going to be getting into some lead gen activity that you could be doing in just a minute or two. But ladies, I have to kind of be the coach. I have to say, as I said in the beginning, I don't know if you were all here, what did you do yesterday to generate leads? I want you to think about that. What do you have planned today to get leads? That should be your number one priority every day. All right, so let's get into it. Connection is how you get leads. Connection, okay? We need to connect. Right now, I'm looking at the camera, and I'm seeing Karen and Margie's pictures, and I know that Trish is also here, and one other person that I don't know who that is. But anyway, I'm trying to make a connection with you. I'm trying to give you an experience of getting to know me. And guess what? That is the number one way that I'm going to recommend that you connect with prospects. Video, going live. Okay, so there's two ways to connect with video. Number one, lead gen, okay, idea. Having a series, and that could be a finite series, which would be maybe a 3-part seller series or a 4-day buyer series. So that could be that kind of series. And then you could also have a weekly series where you go and interview other businesses in your market. Because listen, ladies, you have to be the boss in your market. You need to be hyper local focused wherever you want your market to be. Okay? And so if you want to be in a certain zip code, go to the Chamber of Commerce, find out who the powers that be in that zip code or that market or that town. Call them up and say, "Hey, I like your story. I would like to interview you live on Facebook." And guess what? They will feel delighted that someone reached out to them. Or you could every week go to a different neighborhood and say, "Hey, this is one of my favorite neighborhoods," whatever. Okay? So those are what I call series. And like what I'm doing here, going live, is another option of video where maybe every Tuesday morning, like I'm here every Friday morning, okay? So maybe every Tuesday morning, you're going to say Tuesdays with Trish, okay? Because I know Trish is on here. And you're going to go on and you're going to talk live about that week's events for kids or families, because maybe that's your ideal client. You want to go after families. There's no right or wrong answer, ladies. I'm just saying that, number one, you have to focus on leads, okay? You want to know how to get leads? Focus on them. And make sure that every day you're doing something to generate leads, all right? I'm not shaming you. There's no shame in this game, okay? But you came here wanting lead gen information, or not lead gen information, lead gen ideas. Well, number one, put it on your calendar and time block it, right? Okay. So we talked about how Truett Cathy, the founder of Chick-fil-A, thought that he could do it better. than KFC. And in fact, even though he's passed now, he's gone, they are, okay? We just established that. He focused on the experience of the customer to make them want to come back. So lead generation idea number 2 is wow your present clients, okay? Wow them. Give them an experience. If you love coffee and you want to like talk about all the coffee shops in your local market, then bring coffee. Bring coffee from that shop to your clients every time you go out looking for houses. Before you go, find out if they like coffee, find out what their favorite is, and then surprise them and bring it. How about that? Be you. In my coaching, we talk about brand you, brand YOU. And I just keep hitting it home because it's so important. In my market, I was known as the listing like queen. Like my listings were so beautiful. Everybody's like, how do you always luck out and get the prettiest listings? It wasn't by chance, let me tell you. Because many times I'd walk into a home and be like, oh my gosh, this house is disgusting. And ladies, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to be mean, okay? Because if you were to see my house before I cleaned it for the cleaners, okay? So I'm not talking bad about people, but I'm just saying. But I elevated my game and I focused on styling a home to make sure that it was amazing. What are you focused on? What is your claim to fame? You deserve a claim to fame, and you need to figure that out through Brand You. And if you want a strategy session to help me or to have me help you, let me know, all right? Put it in the chat or give me a private message. So the number 1 idea was to use video, to get your personality out there. Use video, all right? We talked about 2 ways of getting series. We talked about just like a weekly live, all right? Number 2 idea is to wow your present clients and give them an experience that is so different that they're compelled to tell others about you, okay? And we talked about bringing coffee. We didn't talk about, but I've had clients, that, I've had clients who, this is a pretty neat one. When they have a seller, what they do is they say, hey, you know what? I'll organize a yard sale, community yard sale. And it's a pretty cool philosophy that she has that I am pretty amazed by. So anyway, that's just one of 2 of several ideas. But the point is that you need to connect. And how are you going to connect in a compelling way? All right. So video, wowing your present client. All right. All your clients. And how about this? Investing in your community. What I discovered through 12 years in real estate in one market and shooting to the top was that when I made an intentional decision to invest in my community, wow, did my business take off. So what do I mean by that? Looking at all the nonprofits in your market and which 1 or 2 interests you. I volunteered for 2, and I became a board member on the one that interested me. And man, I'm telling you, I was sitting on a board with some pretty powerful people, and I'd say within 4 to 5 months, I had 2 deals under contract or under escrow, whatever your market calls it. And it wasn't the real reason I did it. Those 2 nonprofits resonated with me. They were important to me. But I wore my name badge and I let that speak for itself, and I let my professionalism and my give it back to itiveness or philanthropist in me grab attention. And I volunteered to be on committees, and I was active. So investing in your community, identifying what nonprofits need help that you can get excited about. All right, that's huge, huge, ladies. And again, what is it doing? Connecting. So that if you were to time block 30 minutes today to investigate nonprofits in your market, and then choose one to make a phone call and say, hey, I've been wanting to volunteer and I'd really like to volunteer for you. What do you need help with? How can I help you? Huge, ladies, huge. See, nothing that I've said so far is crazy, right? I'm not telling you to knock on doors, although that is a lead gen, that works if it's your personality. I haven't told you to buy lists of clients with that give phone numbers and make calls, although yes, that's an idea that works if you're not afraid to get on the phone. Okay? Things I'm talking about are getting out there and connecting, right? A couple ideas were online, a couple ideas are in market. How about this one? People expect agents to be connected. So go connect. You have to give to get. BNI calls it the giver's gain. I just call it, treating others the way you'd like to be treated in a proactive manner. And what I mean by that is go ahead and go to networking events. And I'm big on networking events. I'm big on creating your own so that you're standing at the podium. But anyway, that's an idea. But what I'm talking about is going to networking events and with the goal, okay? The goal is I want to connect with 3 people. Look around, who are 3 people that look like me, that I want to go talk to, that I want to do business with? And then go over there and chit chat. Of course, at a networking event, you don't get too deep. But then you follow up. Oh, the fortune's in the follow. Sorry, I forgot to turn off my do not disturb. But my point is the fortune is in the follow-up, both with leads and with connecting and networking, right? And so the purpose of finding those 3 people would be to follow up and say, let's do a coffee. Let's do lunch or breakfast. And boy, that's when the magic happens. When you get face-to-face, find out what they need, whether it be something personal or a business need. And guess what? Fulfill it. If you help them, they will help you. And you do it with good intentions, right? You want to be authentic. Who doesn't love helping people, right? And when you're with them, you ask questions about what they do. What do they do? What do they do? What do they need, right? And then at the last 5 minutes, you talk about you. It's fabulous, ladies. It works, it works, it works. It works. Okay? You become known as the connector. And that puts you in a very powerful place in your market. I became known as a connector in my market, and it puts you in touch with so many people. Here's another idea locally, because I like to give lead gen ideas for both in market and then online, right? So you want to be an expert, you want to be the one that people go to, right? Guess what? Every month, put together the monthly statistics report. Barbara Corcoran, when she became a realtor in the 70s, she put out what she called the Corcoran Report. And it was a weekly report. I'm actually talking about a monthly report, but hers was weekly. You can do weekly. And she just shared statistics that were facts, of course. But then she had a commentary every week, which was her perception of the market, where she thought it was trending, what she thought was going to be happening. And she became known as a mover and a shaker. How? She was in a sea of men, realtors back then, because she had a voice and she wasn't afraid to put her voice out there. And ladies, if there's anything that I can share with you for lead gen, is fear, man, kick it to the side. Kick it to the side. Do it in spite of fear. Do it afraid. Kick fear to the side. Because this time next year, do you want to be in a different place than you are right now with your business? Then you need to do something different. And the ideas that I've shared with you so far are not difficult, right? They're not. Put it on your calendar. How did I start this mini training? I asked you, what are you planning to do today to generate leads? If the answer is nothing, okay, I've given you some ideas, right? And what did you do yesterday to generate leads? And what did you do the day before? Following up with prospects is something that I have always been extremely passionate about. If you've been following the weekly mini trainings, you have my touch plan. And I've heard from 3 of you who are enacting the touch plan, and you're already getting deals. Hello, it works. And then I heard from 1 person who said, ooh, that touch plan, it's exactly what I don't want. Aggressiveness. I do not want that. And it made me really sad when she told me that, because ladies, if you think it's aggressive, then it is. I saw it, and I continue to see it as, I am an expert. Anybody who works with me will get a wow experience and feel important, be heard, and be well represented. And whoever doesn't choose me, and I'm starting to sound funny, whoever doesn't choose me, I feel bad for them, because they're not going to have as good an experience with whoever they chose as they would with me. And I don't say that in a haughty way. I don't think too highly of myself. I just know that I have a great experience to give my client. And I lead with that. Unapologetically, authentically, and intentionally, ladies. Okay? Let me see what else I got. Time's running short. You want to maximize your online opportunities. And what I mean by that is, man, social media, anybody can be famous. It's amazing. Anybody can be famous, right? And so what you have to do to maximize your opportunities online is to figure out who your perfect clients are. Did you really enjoy working with families with little kids running around? Then everything you do, make sure it would appeal to a young mom or a young dad. Or did you like all the people that you helped downsize after their kids graduated and they were ready for me time? Did you like working with them? Then everything you put online, focus toward that person, me, the 50-some-year-old person who is kind of excited about life and not having, kids around. Ladies, if you don't get niched down, if you don't make a definitive decision about who you want to serve and then speak to that person, then you're going to miss an opportunity. And sadly, you're going to take away an opportunity for someone to find you because you're trying to appeal to everybody and you're falling flat because you're not real. Your message is falling flat because you're not truly engaging with your perfect client who would have the best experience with you. So instead of approaching lead gen as, oh, I'm going to be aggressive, I don't want to be salesy, and I don't want to be coming off and offend people. Approach it from, okay, I will help anyone who's qualified, but I am going to focus on X. and X is your favorite client, and they are this age, and they have this many kids, and they are, their interests are this. And so I'm going to really dive deep and engage online and speak directly to that person. I'm sorry, I have to do that. And then the last thing I'm going to say is that in your follow-up with the touch plan that if you don't have, let me know, message me, I'll get it to you. I think that was week 3 or something. You have to integrate different methods of connection with your prospects and your clients and your past clients and your cheerleaders. We didn't even talk about cheerleaders. Thank you for sharing that, Julia. Song. Break up with fear. Absolutely. But ladies, we have to get creative and integrate different ways to connect with our touch-ups, with our touch plan, with our connections, okay? So how about old school? How about going to knock on the door and bringing them a pizza for dinner? I don't know. We need to get to know our clients better so that we know what to bring them. Hello. We know what to bring them. Pop by. How about, because we are on their Facebook pages in a specific way, remember every morning we should be on our clients and Spheres Facebook pages trying to find out what's going on in their life. How about we print off an article that we found that's applicable and we mail it to them, or we post it in a Facebook message. How about we send them a text just saying hello? Listen, we make this way too hard, ladies. Way too hard. Calm down. Think of lead gen as you are solving their issue. You are their solution. You are their friend. And enjoy it. Have fun. Man, I have fun with my clients. How about it? I have fun with my clients. We have fun, man. Life is short. We have to have fun, okay? So, let's see. I always like to give something away. Oh, whoa. How about this? I'll do this. You want to look good online? Google yourself. What do you look like? If you would like me to look at what comes up when you Google yourself, then send me a private message and I'll Google you and I'll give you my honest opinion about whether I think you look good online or not. And guess what? I hope that I get 500 requests for this. You know why? Because I am a real estate coach for women only, because it's passion. It's my passion. I want to help you be outrageously successful from the bottom of my heart. I want to help you be the agent where people are going, what the heck is she doing? She came out from nowhere. Look at her. Yep, that's what I want. So let me be very clear. If you want me to Google you and give you my honest opinion of what I think you look like online, message me. Don't email me, please. Message me, and I will do it. So we've been together for 28 minutes, and I have got to go. But let me thank you for being here, and let me offer you a 20-minute strategy session where we can deep dive with you and your brand and give you some fresh perspective. That is what I'm here for. I do things a little differently. I did things a little differently when I was an agent, and I'm loving doing things differently as a coach. So I'm here for you. I want to hear from you. What do you think of this video? I'd love your comments. And I wish you all a wonderful Friday, and we'll see you back here next Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, and make it a great day and focus on your lead generation activities, ladies. Bye.